finish? Why you order so much, man? Leftovers, such a waste. Yo, so many dishes. Who's gonna finish them? All this food in the rubbish bin. What a waste.
Don't waste. Don't waste.
Bye. All the food expires and bye. It's all thrown away. Order only portions you can finish. Buy only what you need. Please be conscious. Stop the waste. Everything is precious. Let's be food wise.
Don't be a big waster. Food Wise, Hong Kong.
Hello and welcome to the Financial Report. Local shares closed 1.89% higher today, boosted by gains in Europe. The Hang Seng Index gained 386 points to finish at 20,854. Turnover stood at $49 billion. Hong Kong and mainland stocks rallied after the European Central Bank announced long-term commitment to monetary stimulus measures. Let's take a look at some of today's most active stocks. The ICBC has gained 15 cents, Ping An is up 35 cents and CCB is up 12 cents. China Mobile has gained 55 cents and the Bank of China is up 9 cents. Hong Kong dollar exchange rates, it's 7.75 to the US dollar, 11.61 to the sterling, it's 7.75 to 100 Japanese yen, 9.98 to the euro, and 100 Hong Kong dollars is 79 RMB. The London FTSE has gained 28 points and the London gold is bidding at 1,240 US dollars an ounce and the asking price is 1,240 US dollars an ounce as well. The Frankfurt DAX is down 22 points and in Paris the CAC is trading 4 points lower. And that's the Financial Report. Join us for the main news after the break.
Coming up, main news and weather report. Sparkling 25.
The ATV 2013 Miss Asia pageant is about to start. Ladies, come and show your beauty to the world.
The ATV 2013 Miss Asia pageant is now open for your application online. Who's going to host the best party ever? Battle for winning. Participants make every effort. It's a night to remember or forget. Now, it's party time. Party Wars. Tonight at 10. A family raises a Varanus and cherishes it as one of their own children. There is much folklore about the Varanus. Some people believe that they have an animal's body, but a human spirit. Is that true? Documentary World. Messengers of Sulawesi. Saturday night at 9.
Reports from the heart of Berlin. Take a closer look at the development in one of the most powerful countries in Europe. How much do you know about Germany? Check in current news. People and politics, tonight at 8.
Good evening. you're watching the main news on ATV. I'm Edna.
And I'm Brittyn Clennett. Here are tonight's top stories.
Tony Chan goes to jail for 12 years for forging Nina Wang's will to claim her fortune.
Police draw weapons to arrest car driver who tries to run them down after he's stopped for traffic offence.
Egypt tense but no violence as ousted president's supporters plan protests against military coup. Tony Chan, the former fortune teller and lover of the late tycoon Nina Wang, has been jailed for 12 years for forging a will to claim her multi-billion-dollar estate.
A High Court judge condemned him as a shameless and wicked man who showed no remorse after betraying the trust of a sad and lonely woman. ATV's Bolong reports.
Tony Chan was driven to the High Court in a prison van this morning for sentencing at the end of a trial that has fascinated the city. Just yesterday, he walked into court a free man, only to be convicted by a jury that spent nearly 20 hours over 2 days deciding his fate. Chan, who now goes by the first name of Peter as a born-again Christian, was found guilty of forgery and using a false document. The court found that he had forged a will naming him as the sole beneficiary of the estimated $83 billion fortune left behind by the late tycoon Nina Wang when she died of cancer in 2007. Chan lost a previous legal battle for Wang's billions in 2011 when the Court of Final Appeal decided the will was a fake and awarded the entire estate to the China Chem Charitable Foundation, which is run by the late tycoon's siblings. During that trial and this one, he produced video footage of intimate moments between Wang and himself to prove that apart from being her feng shui advisor, he was once the lover of Asia's richest woman. Yesterday, the court heard that Chan had a criminal record for forging his identity to apply for credit cards. He was convicted and fined in 1986 on 10 counts of obtaining property and services by deception. That crime was brought up today in mitigation by Chan's lawyer, Andrew Khan, who argued that it happened 27 years ago and the court should not take into consideration spent convictions as his client had not committed any offences since then. But prosecutor David Perry pointed out the convictions involved deception and the use of false documents, so they were relevant in this case. In handing down his sentence, Justice Andrew McRae had some choice words for Chan. He described the case as a story of unbelievable greed, pointing out that Chan had received a gift of $3 billion from Wang that gave him a life of luxury, but he was not satisfied. The judge noted that the real victim, apart from Wang, whose reputation was smeared, would have been her charitable foundation if Chan had succeeded in passing off the will as genuine. Justice McRae called Chan a charlatan for abusing Wang's trust when she was sick and fragile, saying he had taken advantage of a sad and lonely woman by claiming he could find her long-missing husband, who was declared dead years ago. He went on to condemn Chan as a cruel man who had not shown any remorse. He described Chan's conduct as shameless, wicked and unparalleled greed in carrying out a well-planned and well-executed forgery. Chan was ordered to spend 12 years in jail, although the judge could have given him a maximum of 14 years. Chan was also ordered to pay an estimated $2 million in legal costs for a preliminary inquiry he had requested, which was wholly unwarranted. He left the court in a prison van to begin serving his sentence, his fall from grace complete. Tony Chan's downfall has been a spectacular one. His relationship with Nina Wang made him a very wealthy man, but it wasn't enough for him, and now he's behind bars. Bolong, ATV News.
Police have welcomed today's decision by the court, coming 3.5 years after they arrested Tony Chan for forgery.
Chan's story is a tale of money, love and greed. ATV's Arthur Okiola explains.
After her husband was jailed, Tony Chan's wife Tamu Ching had to face the media frenzy waiting for her outside the court today. It took her a couple of attempts to make it through the media scrum to her car, which was surrounded by cameras. Chan's daughter Polly, who was at the court to hear his fate, got a similar reception as she refused to answer any questions. His brother Ricky tried to hide his face from the cameras as he left the court. Chan's lawyers were also silent when they were ambushed by reporters at another exit. Police welcomed the sentence, saying it showed that anyone committing such crimes will ultimately be brought to justice.
I think since the 3rd of February 2010, we arrest the culprit. And today, after a lapse of 3 years, 5 months, we saw yesterday the court convict the culprit, and today the court passed the relevant sentences to the culprit. This shows that no matter how long we take, the Hong Kong judicial system will ensure that any culprit will be subject to the great hand of justice.
Wang's younger brother, Kung Yan Sum, who runs the Chinachem Charitable Foundation, had no comment when he was mobbed by reporters. Chan first stepped into the media spotlight in 2007, just days after Nina Wang's death from cancer, claiming he was her lover and the sole heir to her estate. He became a familiar sight with his trademark grin, as he staked his claim to Wang's billions using a will naming him as the sole beneficiary. He lost the case and appeal after appeal until February 2011 when the city's highest court ruled against him. Chan was then arrested in May that year, charged with forging the tycoon's will. During his recent court appearances, he had lost his smile and seemed resigned to his fate. And today it was the end of the road for the man whose checkered career took him from bartending to feng shui, and from public housing tenant to overnight billionaire through his association with Asia's richest woman. Arthur Urquiola, ATV News.
To other news, 2 traffic police officers drew their weapons in Fo-Tan today to stop a driver who tried to run them over.
The driver was flagged using a new automatic number plate recognition system that was introduced a month ago. A 20-minute car chase ended at Warliu Hang Road in Fo-Tan, where police were able to stop the fleeing Lexus. It was traveling along Chingsha Highway in Sha Tin when traffic police flagged it using a new automatic number plate recognition system that has been in use for a month. It detected that the